Hi, my name is Audrey Ori, and I am the CEO of 13th and Joan Publishing House. My story started in a quite unique way. I was a writer since the age of 10. I wrote and published my first book at that time, and I was bitten by the writing bug. I love words, and I love to put stories together. And so almost 30 years later, I now have a publishing house that serves as a home to many authors. 13th and Joan Publishing House exists for extraordinary souls who have extraordinary stories. In many instances, some of our authors have voices that have been marginalized. I saw it as an opportunity to make sure that our voices were empowered and that our stories were told. We are not a traditional publishing house, we're an independent publishing house, which means that we give opportunities in spaces and literary industry places that might not have given opportunity otherwise. I literally started 13th and Joan Publishing House with the $132 that it took to incorporate the business. I didn't have a ton of seed funding. All I had was a dream and a mission to make a difference. I can't say that I was an instant success. I just had the will to win. I knew against all odds that if I strived to serve a group and a community of people that were unheard, who had phenomenal stories, I knew that there was so much power in that. And so it took me almost 5 years, I would say, to feel as though I attained success with the company. But success is defined however we choose to define it. And so I really felt like we were winning when we began publishing books for authors and seeing the smiles on their faces and their sense of success by having crossed the finish line to become published authors. I don't think that it's possible to launch a business and not face trials and tribulations. In my scenario, there was not really a blueprint for someone like me who was doing what I was doing. Most of the major publishing houses have been around for many, many years, and there are blueprints, and I'm certain that they had their struggles and challenges, but for me, it was more so creating something that didn't exist, but I knew that we could find success if we just kept going. Quite honestly, the pandemic was a blessing for 13th and Joan Publishing House. I know that there are so many people who have been affected negatively, so many families, and our country is hurting, our world is hurting in so many ways. But when it came to people setting stories free, the pandemic actually served as a litmus for that. So many people had time that they had never had before. They were stable in ways that they were never stable before. The pandemic was powerful for us. What kind of owner or boss am I? I feel that I have big dreams, and so anyone who dares to work with me, they have to be big dreamers as well. I can't say that I want to have people that are in the amen choir. I just want to have people who strive to get the job done by any means necessary. When you think about books and you think about dreams, that is exactly what we're doing. We are setting dreams free and setting stories free, and it's life-changing. We are creating narratives and documenting truths, and so there's so much power in that, and it allows me to be the kind of boss who is energetic and who believes in achieving the impossible. Currently, our company has 5 employees. We are a small business, but we are continuing to grow each and every day. The thing that I would say as far as advice for any other woman who is about to open a business is that you should not be defined by gender, by economic status, by social imposed narratives. I think that we have to chart our own territories. We have to dig deep to recognize and realize our own strength. And most importantly, We have all power. I believe that women are the most powerful creatures in the world. And so because of that, there's nothing that we can't do. My name is Audrey Ori, and I'm the CEO of 13th and Joan Publishing House.